your screens, remember the RBI had rejected the application for the amalgamation of Indiabulls Housing Finance as well as IBCCL with the Laxmi Vilas Bank. That, of course, is the top story that we're tracking. Let's see if we can get some expert voices on that story. But as I told you, this is going to have a negative impact. Remember, the central bank had raised a lot of issues with respect to this proposed merger plan, and thereafter it's in the exchange in a release to exchanges just a while ago. Laxmi Vilas Bank has said that the RBI, the central bank, has rejected their proposal of the merger. In fact, we'll be trying to connect to Anil Singhvi in just a while. We're trying to get a few more voices on that, but that is the big story that we're tracking. As I told you, it will have a negative reaction on that stock also come tomorrow morning. And let's also try to understand what have been some of okay, let's take it across to Anil Singhvi. Anil Singhvi, the breaking news on your screens right now. The RBI has not approved the merger plans of Indiabulls Housing as well as Laxmi Vilas Bank. What does it mean for investors? What are some of the issues that the RBI has been highlighting? And clearly on the basis of that, we're seeing the RBI rejecting the plea.
There are 2-3 things in that. I think when you analyze Laxmi Vilas Bank, it is not a bank which is in fine shape and fine fettle. And Indiabulls obviously has had a lot of issues around it. So I think looking at the current environment in which the financial services industries are in India, I think it's a very right decision by RBI. There should not be a situation because of these two organizations coming together and creating even more trouble for the investors. I think the information which has been there in public domain for last several months, I think it was expected that RBI would be very, very hesitant in giving the approval, and I'm glad that finally RBI has taken a call on the subject and rejected this merger. So I think it's a good news for the investors. I think this merger would have created a bit of an anxiety in the minds of the deposit holders. In fact, today one has to look at all stakeholders rather than just looking at the shareholders. You have seen the condition of PNC Bank and all of that. So I think deposit holders are equally important. I think they've taken a right step to keep this confidence of the deposit holders intact on that. So I'm glad that RBI is